So good afternoon, everybody. So today is going to be a bit of a confessional. We're going to be talking about relationships, love and relationships specifically. Jim Rohn once said that if only failures gave seminars, how much we would learn. It is such a veil over the eyes when we learn only from those who have succeeded. This is why those who have succeeded and then they fell into despair and then they make the comeback. That's why we love the comeback story, because they're coming from a point of failure. But oftentimes we don't want to hear from the people who have failed or failed repeatedly, and now they are on the verge of the comeback or moving towards the comeback, or we don't even know if they're going to make the comeback. But it's through those people who have failed, like Jim Rohn said, that we can learn the greatest lessons. So if only failures gave seminars. So I'm going to give this one concerning something that I failed at in my life. Love and relationships. Oddly enough, I have helped many people grow their love and relationship. I've helped many people have great relationships. It's weird. But in my own self, I've had issues. Now, I went through and studied and researched, and I tried to find out everything that I could possibly find out about love and relationships and how to do it correctly, how to get the right foundation, and not the surfacey stuff that you get, in church or from your parents or from the TV or this famous person or that famous person, but the real nitty gritty. What's the real thing? And what I come to realize is that we overthink it. That the answer has been the simplest thing. And unfortunately, it's taken to me turning 43 and 2 marriages to figure it out. But it's the simplest of things. And guess what? I had it in my life once. I had it in my life once. Not to cast stones at anybody else who's been in my life. You're great people. But I had true love once in my life. You see, when I was younger, in high school, I met this young lady. And for the first 3 to 4 months, she was just my friend. She was my friend. Of course, there was a sexual attraction there. There was a romantic attraction. There was a physical attraction. But we didn't begin to date or show those kinds of feelings or anything like that. And again, we made a flirted a bit. We flirted. I'm not going to lie. We flirted. But we were friends. We became friends. I carried her books. I walked her home from school. We had conversations. We talked. We were study partners in French class. But we were friends for the first 4 months before we actually started dating. And we started dating because other people got tired of our friendship and wanted us to date. But we were friends. If you remember the song in the 90s from Shy, "The Next Time She'll Be My Friend," it's because they realized that's where the foundation starts. See, let me tell you what happens. When you were young, when you were a kid, when you were small, you didn't think about loving the opposite sex. There was no sexual attraction. It starts at different times for different people, but for the most part, we all start in a point where we didn't have that. We were just friends with everybody. You were friends with schoolmates. You were friends with family. You were friends. And then when you start hitting puberty, these chemicals burst into your head that says that, no, there must be sexual attraction. Why? Because nature and God, the Creator, is saying you must procreate. So all of a sudden, puberty hits, and now you want to have this romantic relationship. But it's all chemicals. It's chemicals. Now, you have this burst of chemicals that goes into your brain, and then you become romantically charged to be with somebody, and then you get with that person, and then later on you get married, and then the chemicals start to subside, or your maturity starts to maintain it, be able to control the chemicals, and then you start to realize that you may not want to be with this person because the chemicals are no longer the strongest thing going on. Now your mind has taken over. We want to think love is in the heart. No, love is in the mind, and then the energy just resides in the heart. It circulates. Okay? But we forget to be friends. We forget that when you fell in love, you had to leave something behind. When you fall, you leave from one place and you drop or to another place. You let something go. Let some portions of yourself go. You sacrifice and you become that person's friend. You become a giver to that person. And that person is a giver to you. That's what makes the friendship, the giving between each other, and the idea that I will sacrifice for the other. You see, I forgot that. You know, I had married my best friend, and we were ecstatic, and even when we were, as you know, had financial issues and we had other struggles, we were happy. We had a good time. We went around the world with the Marine Corps, and we did all kinds of great things. But along the way, I forgot. I take all the blame. I forgot to continue to be a friend, continue to develop the friendship. And after a while, after 17 years, I let it dissolve. Now, I thought, after that, I took a little time and I thought that I knew how to now have a relationship. I know what I'm supposed to do and I know what I'm supposed to have. And I quickly got married again, never becoming friends. Not the real friendship. And unfortunately, you know, another young lady had to experience that, and I truly apologize for it. But it is now that I realize, after that 5-year relationship, I realized that the friendship needed to be there more so than anything else. That when I look at other couples that I know, and I know they had struggles during their friendship, but their friendship is why their marriage is strong and solid. If a couple of them are listeners, they know who I'm talking about. They had endearing friendships over a period of time before they actually got married. And that friendship is what created their love and their marriage. So, what am I saying? The next time she has to be my friend. And if you're out there and you're dating or you're looking to date somebody, you're going to have sexual attraction. You're going to have physical attraction. As well, you should, because those are important. But first, be friends. Be friends. Become friends. Become the best of friends. And not friends in your heart. First, your friendship starts in your mind. You have to create that friendship here. Here. All creation starts here. The ancient Egyptians thought that thought began here because when you thought something, you felt it here. But in your heart is not where it originates. It originates in your mind. So in your mind, you have to look at the person and make sure that you develop a friendship first before you start talking about marriage, before you start talking about cohabitation, before you start talking about futures together and all these different things. Talk about your friendship. Talk about your friendship. If somebody can't come to me and just be a friend first, then there's no point for them to come to me. If I was Matching.com and you can't be my friend before you match me, it's no point. If you swiping right on me, no, if you can't be my friend, swipe left. I don't know the other ones. That's the only ones I know because people that I know are doing that one. But listen, become a friend first, and it starts in your mind. It took me 43 years, 2 marriages to figure it out. It's the simplest of things. I looked for the overcomplicated. I thought it was all these other complicated issues and complicated things. But at the end of the day, it is just being a friend. When I look at, I'm going to shout one person out. When I look at Brandon and Angela, they are friends. And I love that about them. They are friends. Matter of fact, Tony and Christina, they are friends. Angel and Michael, they are friends. Those people are friends first. And there's some couples that I can go on with a lot of couples who are friends first. So be a friend and become the best of friends. And you'll have the best of love and the best of marriage. Be willing to give up everything in order to gain everything, because my greatness and your greatness is non-negotiable.